Yeah, so I Ramona Flowers started an epidemic
Of
in our
what?
country of this like I saw a really good video on it, but it's like it's so true. It's like the teenage girl like angst, like you know what I'm talking about. Like it's like right when that movie came out, I feel like everyone started dyeing their hair like colorful colors, and acting a certain way, and it's like the whole like confidence in a woman thing kind of took off. I feel like after that movie,
It's kind of hot though.
it is. But like with that being said, it's literally a simp's fantasy. It is a simp's wet dream to murder his crush's exes in cold blood with a chance to be with her. Like that movie really predicted some sad shit happening in our society.
Yeah, bro. Like, I mean, yeah, like that's a good. It's a I mean, uh, Edgar Wright's done better. The filmmaker, Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, Baby Driver, he's done better films. But I
Yeah.
do think that that the same, I get the same feeling when I watch Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I get that same feeling when I watch that when I watch 10 Things I Hate About You. Are you familiar with
Which is,
that film?
I don't watch movies that much, but give me the premise.
All right, it's just kind of like there's two sisters, and the one sister doesn't date anyone because she's a girl who doesn't really like to date that much because she's real strong and independent, and the other sister really wants to date guys and stuff, right? And the dad's like, uh, you can date people once your sister dates, and the sister barely dates anyone, right? So then these two Joseph Gordon-Levitt and fucking Heath Ledger basically the Joseph Gordon-Levitt gets Heath Ledger, who's like this bad boy from Australia, to go date the one sister so that he can date the other sister, and it's just a fucking romantic comedy, and it's fucking good. Like, I don't know, like, I just love romantic fucking comedy. Like,
I'm like connecting the dots in my head, and I feel like those movies could be in a subgenre of their own, which is do something insanely hard and difficult so you can receive a minor convenience in life. Like, I do you understand where I'm going with this?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a
Like
bit
that can be a subgenre because I've seen like a lot of movies where they do that, where it's like, oh, you want to date me? Commit 10 felonies, in the span of 24 hours, and you can have this pussy, you know.
Yeah, well, like, that's the thing is when those movies, if you were to make a movie about romance in the modern day, just be like, man, I need some pussy or bussy or whoever's watching this, whatever you like. It's like in 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying? You got it. with this
Yeah.
with this thing. I mean, you know a lot about that. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh yeah.
but like, it's just like, if you were to make a movie in the modern age about romance or whatever, it's just like, it's literally like a 15 minutes to achieve. It's just whack. It's whack. Things are whack.
It would be more like a fucking short film, like about the dangers of. I mean, look, and I really wanted to talk about this with someone on a podcast, like the whole dating app like craze. Like we all see ads for them on Snapchat, and it's like, but it's like those are such a scam. I mean, like, and it's so
Oh, imagine
forceful.
paying for them. Like, have you ever paid? I assume you haven't paid for them. I hope you haven't.
I mean, like when I was 18, I maybe bought Tinder Gold for like a month, and then I realized this is doing nothing. It doesn't like instantly get you like bitches, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was like the only time, and I learned very quickly that like it's all just fairy tales on the like everyone's just like I'm just looking for the one that will treat me right, and, you know, like never run out on me. I mean, that's good. Get used to that shit happening. This is the fucking planet Earth. Humans are shitty to each other. You're
Yeah,
never
bro. I
gonna.
mean, like, what you say?
I was just gonna end real quick by saying like you're never gonna find anyone on those apps that doesn't have like some sort of baggage, but people expect like their perfect match to
or venereal disease. Anyways,
that too.
but the same people that would buy. I'm not trying to come at you. I'm trying to come at like a bunch of demographic people. The same people that would buy a Tinder or whatever subscription would buy a subscription service to look at who's stalking them on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like that person who's been on their phone too much. And like at least when I'm on my phone to like be productive, or get shit done or talk to people that I actually like fuck with. But like, I deleted Twitter. Like I can't with Twitter, man. Like, anyways, we're gonna talk about.
Hey, real quick before you keep going, you hit record, right?
Yeah, we have record. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see the thing. I just wanted to make sure because we were having such a good conversation already.
I don't wanna like. I'm not gonna cut out because I want to explain something. Is I don't use Zoom to record my shit. I use an external software that records my screen. So
That's right.
I'm saying like any podcasters listening, Streamlabs, OBS, use that. OBS put me in a commercial, give me 50% of the monetization. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to get sponsored by OBS. Anyways, let's talk about Bones. How'd you figure out about Bones and Sesh and all that?
I discovered Bones. You want to hear the story of the first time I heard HDMI by Bones?
Yeah.
Like, we were in a car and we were, just riding around town smoking weed, and like the person that like got me into weed, I'm not gonna name who it is, but like he pulled up his phone. He was like, dude, if you listen to fucking Bones, I was like, Bones. And at first, like, look, I went from like Young Thug, Rich Homie Quan to all of a sudden like hearing all these underground artists, and it was like I'm thinking like I would say like to someone who doesn't know who Bones is, hearing his name, you'll think like, oh, it's some cringy like woke lyrical artist. Like that's what I thought at first when they said Bones. But then when they actually showed me, I just remember being high as fuck, and just the bass, like, because you know what HDMI sounds like. It's just the bass in that song is like some of the best I've heard in any song.
It's very similar to the way I found out about Lil Peep.
Mm-hmm.
Like dude, it was let me explain how I found about Lil Peep, which is probably why the reason I say there's two reasons I'm in the underground. Okay, one of them is finding about Lil Peep, and then one of them's a picture of this retard at school's going to the bathroom with his urinal pulled down, and this kid taking a picture next to this kid that goes to the bathroom with a urinal pulled down. I mean, with his pants pulled down at the urinal. Like, it's a combination of two things, because the kid in the picture that took the picture of the fucking retarded kid in the bathroom was a rapper that I interviewed, you know what I'm saying? But also the reason I found out about Lil Peep was I was walking around the beach, and some kids were at a park doing a gravity bong. I was like, bro, what you doing, bro? What you doing, bro? They're like, bro, you trying to burn up? And I was like, yeah, bro. And yeah, that's what went down. And then I went to their crib, and there's a bunch of girls there, and there was the TV on. It's about June and I'd say July or August of last year. That's July. And I went to their crib, and they were just playing a bunch of Lil Peep music videos. And I was like, I was like staring at like the screen and then up the ceiling. I was doing this for like 25 minutes.
And I've been there.
Yeah, bro. And like it was like, and I was just like loving this Lil Peep music. It just fucking. And then I went home, and I watched the documentary. Like, in the documentary, man, that fucking slapped. And then I ended up probably after that, like, I probably watched the documentary like 5 to 10 times, and then I ended up looking up information on people from the documentary that I tried to interview. I did, however, interview, like what I found, what I'm saying is I found Schema Posse after that documentary. And then after I found Schema Posse, it opened a rabbit hole of underground artists that I'm really tapped in with nowadays. And without Schema Posse and Lil Peep and connecting with that crew, I wouldn't be that tapped in with the underground shit. I would probably like, I don't know. I don't know what I would be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
No,
like
yeah.
the butterfly effect. Like if you didn't go to that place, you would never met Dirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah, or like if I didn't take that first hit of weed, I probably would be listening to the music that I am now, because some of the best music I've found in my entire life has just been like I'm high and all of a sudden something comes on, and it's like how you describe it with the Lil Peep. It's just magical and you're just like
Yeah,
blown away
yeah,
by
bro.
it, you know.
I kind of got
You know,
I kind of got angry when they were. What are you saying?
I was just gonna say how I discovered Lil Peep.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Um, I remember I was drunk as shit, and it was the first time having sex, and I couldn't stay hard. I kept having to pee. I kept having to take the condom off to pee. It was so embarrassing, and all of a sudden, when I finally just stick it in, I just hear in the back of me, I had no one by my side till this pretty young white bitch chopped up in my ride, and I'm just like, I gotta fuck this bitch. Like it.
That's funny, bro. That's fucking. And you were like razor focused afterwards. It was good.
Yeah,
Everything
then I
was
had to
good.
pee again.
Damn. Schnikes.
I was like 15. I was 15 though. It was so funny.
Schnikes. Oh man. Yeah, dude. Like this Pete, man. Like even his earlier shit, like that "Live Forever," bitch. We knocking on the front door. Like that. Like, bro. Even his early shit was just so good. But I think we got to talk about his Bones' influence on him. And how Bones, man, like, he has a huge amount of influence, but he also has had a huge amount of quality and quantity at the same time.
He has a lyric where it's like you know, I didn't make 1,000. It was something I'm butchering the lyric, but it's like, you know, it's like I didn't make 1,000 back until I made 1,000 songs. That's what he, in one of his lyrics, he said that.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, look up "No Offense, None Taken" after this by Bones, and it's like such a peaceful, relaxing song. You would love it.
He like every 3 months, I'd say every 3 to 6 months, there's a new Bones project.
Yeah, I mean, and he experiments with so many different styles and like aesthetics. Like right now, he's like on this
song.
like Russian aesthetic, sort of.
Yeah, but he had like a little disco song at the end of his latest project.
I'm telling you, man, he makes so much stuff, and like I don't care what anyone says, he has one of the most beautiful singing voices in hip hop. He really does.
Oh yeah.
At least, maybe if not most beautiful, most soothing. You know. That's how I put it.
Yeah, and you know, out of that like circle, man, like I think that, and you know, Bones is like, I respect a lot, but I think Xavier Wolf, I listen to Xavier Wolf the same reason as to the same mood that I'm listening to Young Thug is the same mood that I'm listening to Xavier Wolf.
How's that?
Because like Xavier Wolf's just like, it's just hardcore and fun to me. Like the Skepta song he did, like I think Xavier Wolf, like he makes some emotionally good music, but I think he's like more like fun to listen to, like the same, you know, because with Young Thug, like I'm just kind of listening to have fun. Like I'm not trying to like analyze a bunch of lyrics, you know. I think if Xavier Wolf stayed like Ethel Wolf the majority of his career, I probably would have liked him more.
Well, can I just say something about like Sesh Hollow Water Boys in general?
Yeah.
Like all of those guys have made insane amounts of music. Like I'm sure there's at least 100 songs by like each of those people you haven't heard yet, because it's like that like there's the stuff they have on platforms, and then there's like the really underground shit that you can only
Oh yeah,
find in.
Eddie and Chris, like Chris Travis, the Pizza and Codeine, classic, bro.
Yeah, classic, and I'm so happy that's on Spotify now. Like that is such a good project.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like that's
Miss Me When I'm Gone's my favorite
bro. I
track on
showed
it.
you that. I showed my friend that because when you showed me that, and he, taxi drivers sampled in that track. Are you feeling?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
The saxophone stuff, and even there's someone I recently interviewed, Solze. His one of his first tracks, or it might be his first track, but his first track produced by Baker, feature with Baker, samples "For the Love of Cash Dollar Sign," and that it's called "Fire in My Gin." Anybody that fucks with Chris Travis, check out "Fire in My Gin" by Solze and Baker, your maker. That fucking slaps. Slaps. Do you listen to Baker?
Uh, as in Baker You Maker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
You fuck with the
I
trio?
my favorite song by Devilish Trio in general, I'd have to say, is The Bill.
Or
I don't know what it is about that one. It just the tones are just right on that one.
yeah. And now we're kind of both talking about some really good music groups. I'm not saying I want to kick out a bunch of my members from my group, but I do plan on shortening it. Maybe not, but I do plan on taking it a bit more like serious. But then again, I don't want to fuck it up. Do you plan on ever making the Cult like a music group? Like drop? Could I ever see a Northwest Cult album?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's always being talked about, dude. It's like the motivation and time needs to be found.
Yeah, I'm trying to hear you rap, but like I don't know what you kind of tell me off camera like what you would sound like if you rap, but like what would you go for?
Well, I think honestly, like, yeah, there'd be lines about smoking weed, fucking bitches, whatever, but like really I just want it to be like about my life. Like I want it to be about my life. I want it to be about like how I see things. Like I don't really care honestly anymore what beat it's gonna be on. But like I prefer more of those struggle kind of beats, if you know what I mean. But
Yeah, I
like
know what you mean. Yeah,
but I could really hop on anything and just start spitting facts.
you said you'd be a bit like Ramirez. You draw influence from there.
Yeah, I'd be very. You would be able to draw comparisons to Ramirez with me. I'd say like Shakewell, like
Yeah, bro. Oh shit.
like
Oh
all
man.
those kind of guys, Shakewell, Fat Nick. Like I'm thinking of going more for that because like I thought about going. I had a dream for a while where it was like I'm gonna bring the West Coast to the Midwest.
Yeah.
And then I kind of thought to myself, I mean, the aesthetic of myself is already so. I mean, look at what I'm like. How many like LA rappers do you see wearing like Mayhem T-shirt, like just band T-shirts in general? You know, like I feel like just like the I have like two different genres, conflicting the music I want to make and like my outward appearance. But really, I have to stop worrying about that kind of shit and just make music that I like,
I mean,
and
it's like,
that's
yo, look,
about.
we're talking about Bones, and like, do you really? I don't think he was so concerned about like aesthetic and style until he dropped his first music video. I think he probably didn't think about all that until he like way later down when he dropped his first early music videos, because you could definitely see where he was focusing on aesthetic and style with that. The Japanese aesthetic, the VHS aesthetic, blah blah blah, DIY aesthetic, whatever you want to say. But like
He
who?
didn't. You,
What you
he
saying?
didn't have an aesthetic for a long time. I've seen like some old music videos of him. He's not. He's just like out in the woods or like out in like some like abandoned building, and he's just rapping. And that's kind of how I want to be, honestly.
What artists' aesthetics do you respect? Like any artist that you know that you really like the way their shit's consistent in style and sound. Besides Bones.
If I had to go with consistency, uh, I'd say in terms of consistency, that's a good question. Because I tried to think, because like there's a lot of rappers that experiment with different things, but like I know there's a couple I listen to. I'd say Draco's the one who's like the most like, consistent I listen to. I mean, he uses like the influences from other cities, but he's always just had like that underground LA flow. That's kind of how I see it. I don't know, but O3 Greedo, I wouldn't say he's the most consistent with his style, but I'd say quantity wise, I mean, no one can deny he's put out so much stuff. But like, really, Suicide Boys are probably the most consistent with their aesthetic by far.
Yeah.
Because even in the beginning, like you know, they were just like kind of like poor and depressed. Now they're just rich and depressed, and like they have the pact they have with each other, right? Like
yeah, if they don't make it, they'll kill their selves.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they actually would, honestly. I really don't.
Well, they made it. Like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, they made it. They have a fucking label, bro. Like, they make millions of dollars. Like, I don't know. Do you think they made it?
I'd say they. I mean, they have houses now. Like they're gonna be. I feel like they'll be good for a while just because of how like classic their songs is. But like, I'd be more worried for them if like the artists like Bones, Ramirez, like all those people from like South Florida, Louisiana, like if they start falling off, like I feel like it's only a matter of time before like they fall off. Because I feel like underground's in kind of a recession.
That's kind of sadly true. You know what I mean? Because like, like the fucking nobody's concerned about aesthetic or style anymore. What the aesthetic and style have been replaced with people. Does that make sense? Nobody wants to be a style. They want to be a person. They want to be a young boy. You know what I mean? They want to be a young boy. They want to be a Rod Wave. Oh, I'm a overweight artist from blah blah blah, and I do the struggle. Like everybody's like concerned about like everybody, even fucking Meg, like Mulatto. Like it's just Meg the Stallion. Like it's like like everybody's like cloning of each other, and like that's why like the old SoundCloud like days, like I respect them a lot because like the people, they were really concerned with like aesthetic and style. I think a lot of older artists like for my early ages like really had good, like Lady Gaga, even her, we're not on rap anymore. We're talking about like old music that we fuck with, like pop shit. Like like Lady Gaga had style, like a really weird futuristic style, like I don't know, like what artists like non like rap do you like respect as well on style?
Can it be like a band even?
Yeah.
I'd have to say I'd really have to say like a band like the Police. Yeah, definitely. I'm always like fucking talking about the like they really have like they're really pioneers of their time, and they made kind of like that, like how you said with Lady Gaga, that like they were kind of the Lady Gaga, I feel like, of the 80s in some ways,
What type of music did they make?
Like classic rock a lot. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call it classic. The best way I could do, the song like "Every Breath You Take," like that song by them.
No.
Every move you make.
Nah, I don't know. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. You know who's good in the 80s is the Smiths.
The Smiths, I've heard of them, yeah.
Yeah, like
It's weird, like, I didn't start by listening to like older music. I started by listening like when I first got into music in general. I was listening to like what was out. And then like people started telling me like, dude, you need to like expand your horizons. Like, here, listen to this Metallica album with me. And at first I hated it. I was resistant to listening to that type of music because like when you're raised in a church environment and you're forced to be in that church environment and like you have and like you know how like in a lot of churches they have like the stage with like the people playing guitar and drums and all that, and like evangelical churches, but fucking like that shit like turned me off the music for a while because like the only thing my family listened to was like music about praising God, you know. So like I didn't want to listen to music period, but like when someone actually showed me, I think it was it was like Rap God by Eminem. Like
That's funny, bro. You're a rap god. I just can't get my head around like why people actually like enjoy that. You know what I mean?
I mean, when you're in middle school, you'll fucking think it's the coolest thing ever made.
That's facts. That's facts, bro.
Like some of them, like like it's just like
oh
you're
my
like,
god,
what?
like, you're like, oh my god.
Oh my god, he's rapping so fast.
It's good because he's rapping fast.
He's rapping so fast. I just swear to
that's why like I
nose.
fucking like that's why like I fucking love like on the topic of like early rappers and shit, like Drake, he wasn't trying to do shit too much, like he wasn't trying too hard, like you can tell Drake's like doesn't try too hard and he just kind of like does his thing, goes and he's in and out with it, like, he's like you know what I'm saying, like he's just really chill about shit, and every verse he does though, like in the hooks he does, I fucking love that shit. But I love the way like what I've gotten into is like fucking Pitbull and Lil Jon and LMFA. Like I miss that shit. Like when there was like club music was like actually like fun.
Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, like it was intense. Like it was fucking shot. It's a fucking.
You know how crazy kids would go in my school when Black Eyed Peas would come on? They just started like, like at like a fucking like school assembly or something. If you remember what those were like? It's like, hey kids, we're gonna talk about Jesus. We're gonna talk about using protection during sexual intercourse. Yeah. Wow, we're so cool. We have microphones on our ears.
Fucking bro, it's like when I like looked at assemblies, it prepared, like I already like watched a million TED Talks before I like watched an assembly at school, and I was like prepared. I was like, oh,
dude, why do they waste money on assemblies when you could literally just put kids in front of a TED Talk, like on a screen, but like it would have the same effect as a school assembly, if not 10 times better.
They should put on the 2070 paradigm shift in front of the kids at school. The Sam Hyde TED Talk.
I think the coolest thing though, the coolest assembly I ever saw was like when an actual like former like heroin addict came in to like talk. Like it was someone who went to our high school a long time ago.
That's the only like authentic.
Oh yeah, because but like everyone's always talking during those assemblies, but during his, everyone was just like dead silent.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Like I had like one who was like like a guy who, I think it was like he killed his son because he like was out on alcohol or just that shit. Everybody shuts the fuck up.
Yeah.
And like,
But you could already imagine me like sitting in the bleachers listening to this, where it's like, damn, I'm gonna go do this shit after school.
Damn, bro.
So it hit me different. It hit me a lot harder, I think, than anyone else in the room. I feel like to everyone else it scared them away. To me, it made me realize what the fuck, like it was one of those moments where like it follows you the rest of your life, where it's just like, damn, I'm acting like an ass right now. You know what I mean? Kind of.
Yeah.
Like it's a realization.
Yeah, but when someone goes up and is talking about poetry, everybody's fucking screaming, bro. The worst part, on the topic of like massive organizations of like kids to go to an event and look at this, whatever the fuck. One time we went to a movie theater. It was it's probably like 7th, 6th grade. I fucking went to see a movie. My grade, like the entire grade, we went to go see a movie at a local theater, and we saw it was like some movie. It was called Wonder. It was about that kid with the fucked up face. And
oh yeah,
bro,
I read
everybody was like, why does his face look like that? And it was just fucking loud, and everybody was just like making moaning noises. It was just it was beautiful. It was beautiful chaos. And I think, bro, and I was on my phone. I used to I was a little I was the kid who showed a bunch of people memes. I would be like, yo, look at this guy jumping off a bridge, or some shit. I would show people videos of people dying, just for fun, just to fuck with them. I'd be like, yo, this guy has a bomb strapped to him. Yo, here, bro. And I'll go up to random people. Yeah.
I saw an episode or a clip of Beavis and Butthead, and it reminded me of you so much. I'll send it to you. It just fucking reminded me of you so much. I'm sorry. It wasn't anything that Beavis and Butthead were doing. It was a person they were talking to that kind of reminded me. It's like when I envisioned you sitting in school. It's what I imagined you kind of doing.
Yeah, I was the guy who it would be gym class. And gym class would start, and I would just go hang out. I would be like, "Yo, let's go to the bleachers," and I'd just bring my homies, and we just hang out in the bleachers and avoid everything. Just don't do anything, just fuck it all. Just fucking wasted time. Fuck gym class. I already work out on my own time, anyways. But yeah, I would just go. We just hang out in the bleachers, and we just make noises, just fucking moaning noises, or just fuck with people, or we'd get a ball and we'd reveal ourselves and chuck a ball at someone and then hide behind the bleachers and shit. Bruh, I'm a fucking troll in school, I guess. I don't know, and the Sam Hyde's kind of activated my sort of energy where I've been starting to make shit not seriously. Does that make sense? And let's talk about Sam Hyde. You fuck with his content, but how'd you get into him?
I mean, I remember Leia and I had seen him on Adult Swim a couple of times, but really, I just knew him at I would just see I think the first time I really started to look into this stuff is when I saw a YouTube sort of him pointing a gun out the car while he's driving. He just has this energy about him where it's he's so precise with what he's trying to say, but he's struggling at the same time almost. It's so hard to explain because he can't stop himself from laughing at his own jokes, and I think that's one of the best things about him. He even if you don't laugh at the initial joke that he made, the laugh that he does afterwards will definitely get you.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's just the way he says it, bro. I'm about to find this ad, bro, but how I found Sam Hyde is actually from an Instagram ad. This is the ad is. I'm gonna show you. Hold on. That's it. It's just him in front of this broken blurry window, and he's what you say? It's fucking. It's the stupidest garbage ad, but I just became obsessed with him, and afterwards that, and it's cool that I kind of know fucking know his team. It's kind of weird. It's just. It's fun though, like watching his shit. I just love showing people his shit just to see the reaction and shit, cause it's so fucking weird, man. It's just so weird. What's your favorite? Do you have a memory of a couple videos you fuck with from him?
I think honestly the best thing he ever put out was the TED Talk.
Yeah.
He essentially lied to get into a TED Talk, and the questions that they were asking him, it was just so awesome to watch, honestly, because it's he said nothing for so long, and that's honestly impressive. That's a talent he has.
Yeah. He's like, pat
But
yourselves on the back. Like,
yeah,
that
like
shit.
that was more of an art form, I think, than comedy. What he really did, like, I just something about that is I've always been impressed by that. But like, no, I mean, like, um,
Have you seen The Great War?
the Great War. No, I haven't.
Oh, man. So, like, it's essentially him and his friends. They play, like, make-believe, like, they just play soldiers. Like, him and his friends play soldiers, but he just, like, fucking CGI's a bunch of random effects over everything. Like it's just like they'll be there. So what they do is they go to a helicopter and they get like an old guy to like tour guide them on a helicopter, and they'll be on the top and they'll be flying past like a World War II like battleship, and they'll be like, enemy warship spotted by, and they'll be like, and Sam will be like, I haven't had sex with a woman in years. The only thing I can get off to nowadays is the blood of the opponents.
Oh my god, is it this shit? Right?
Yeah. That's war paint, not what other people think it is. Anyways,
I know, but it's just like that is gonna be like,
bro. I'm gonna show you a clip from one of it. Like, don't put anything on. I'm gonna show you one like this. The best. It's the helicopter skit, and it is hilarious. Like they're like they'll just be flying past like some dome, like some building, and they'll be like, that's the Terror Dome where our troops are brought and captured and they're put to fight to the death. And it will be like a stock image will show up of like someone like in a fighting. Like it's just like it's so like I think he makes he said that he made that to like force people to watch it because he wanted to make something so shitty that his fans would like watch it and like at the end of it like, what the fuck am I doing? Like he wanted to, like, he intentionally makes it horrible. Like and I like and like I just respect that so much. I even talked with him about it, and he was like, he was just like really thankful that I appreciated it because a lot of his fans fucking hate it. What were you saying?
Sam Hyde. Fuck. What was I gonna say? I was kind of listening to the tail end of what you were just saying, but no, Sam Hyde. He's a. I don't see why people. I don't think he's an alt-right person. I think what he honestly believes is on his own spectrum.
Yeah, he doesn't he does not political. Like he's done interviews with people where he's like he did a stand-up comedy bit where he went on stage and he's listed a bunch of like pseudoscience homophobic facts. So like just fake homophobic facts. So he went on stage and listed, and both of me, you're I don't know what you're, but I'm bisexual. You're what are you, pansexual or bisexual?
And
yeah, like I just watched it, and it was like, oh, he's just trying to, and all the crowd just like left, while he was listing off these like homophobic facts, and that was the whole stand-up bit is to get the entire audience to leave, and he did an interview with someone who was like really offended, and he was like, I'm not homophobic, I just wanted to get a crowd to leave. Like I was just fucking with them. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm fine with that. Like I'm fucking fine with that.
That's genuine and honest.
Like I'm totally fine with that. Like it's just these.
He didn't go in there expecting people to like it.
Yeah, like and these people in the mainstream comedian circuit, they're funny, but they'll never be on the level of Sam Hyde.
Sam Hyde or Nick Mullen, Adam Friedland.
They'll never be on the level. I think the only person anywhere near the level of that would be Tim Dillon. Like, he's the only person that's at the level of like comedy as Sam Hyde. That, in my opinion. Are you familiar with Tim Dillon?
Yeah, I'm familiar with him.
But like he'll do like the thing the best comedians don't give a fuck about their audience, and they essentially just talk to themselves. And that's just my opinion. That's my preference. Like I don't like there's comedians that are like, yeah, this crowd's nice. You're looking pretty frisky over there. Like just some fucking stupid, corny shit. Like I love when they either insult the audience or they don't even acknowledge them or talk with their fellow people on stage. Does that make sense?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Like that's called working the crowd, and like Andrew Schultz, I believe his name is.
Yeah.
Like he's like the best. He's the best at it, honestly.
Yeah, but the only way to
you
work.
know,
What you say?
I was just gonna say, like, I've discovered who like my least favorite comedian is.
Who?
It's kind of a tie between Amy Schumer and Tom Myers.
I don't know who Tom Myers is.
Oh man, like Tom Myers is one of those, like, he had like a bit about like he's like one of those people who you can tell never smoked weed but talks about smoking weed. He's like he was kind of like, yeah, I'm trying to remember the details of marijuana because I took that course in college. Or no, I remember the whole bit. Sorry, I'm butchering the fuck out of it. He had a bit about how, here's what I like about the founding fathers. Not the fact that they made the Declaration of Independence, but that they could legally grow copious amounts of marijuana in their backyard. And I'm like, how is this a joke right now? And he's like, now the thing about marijuana, and cut me some slack, I took this course in college. Like, he is such a dad, like not even a dad. He's like, he would have been perfect for late night television. Tom Myers would have been perfect. Like doing Jimmy Fallon's job or Stephen Colbert. Like,
yeah, but like, and I think, we both kind of like, since we both kind of do interviews and podcast content, we probably look at like those. We probably look down on the late night circuit, but what professionally run content made by people that interview people, like let's say, like I'm talking about like just a mainstream publication that does interview content, like what person or show do you respect in that lane? It doesn't have to be a late night show. It could be like some documentary interview series. It could be a documentary. It could be, a Netflix interview show. It could be a late night show. What mainstream interview content do you respect?
I'd have to say, well, I try to stay away from mainstream as much as possible, but look, I get whatever I'm about to say here, I'm gonna get flack from both the right and the left. But Tucker Carlson, I don't agree with like a majority of what he said. But like the fact that he's someone, like, if the fact that he was willing to call out his own news station on live TV, yeah, then they didn't shut it off, because if they would have shut off his broadcast, there would have been rioting, because like the only reason people watch Fox News is for Tucker Carlson. Maybe Greg Gutfeld, because he's actually a really good comedian and like he tells the news. Greg Gutfeld.
Who?
Who?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I totally.
Look, and I want to make this clear.
He's got some good little memes I see every now and then.
Like, and I want to say this, like, make this very clear. Fox News is run by sellouts, but they employ like genuinely like good people. You know what I'm trying to say by that?
Word.
It's the same, but CNN's different in the sense that like it's run by sellouts. They employ sellouts. They're nothing but sellouts. I'm sorry. MSNBC, I love Lester Holt. He's an awesome guy. Lester Holt's pretty awesome.
You could have said a late night host, but like
David Letterman, if we're talking about late night hosts.
Bro, CNN though, like
do you watch it?
No, that culture, the NPR like the NPR shit, the fucking welcome to NPR, a podcast posted posted on BBC, on radio, and NPR, and
on AM radio,
and NPR, and it's just like, it's like the fucking like the people, the most, I think, like, they put in the job application, like, they have like a meter, and on the job application it says, how boring are you? Like, that's probably like how they hire people, is like how boring someone is. Because like the people that they have, that like the way they talk is so boring. Like, it's so, like, at least CNN, they're like, they're able to get angry, you know what I'm saying? They're able to get feisty, you know what I'm saying? They're able to, I'm Anderson Cooper, and I'm gay, like, you know, like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're able to get feisty. Like, and Rachel Maddow, she's like, I don't even know, bro. Like,
I'm Anderson Cooper and I'm gay.
like, they're able to get feisty, but NPR is just so fucking boring. Like it's just like, and
look, like,
fuck it.
I'd have this. I don't know. I feel like at least Fox News reporters could be hilarious. Like, they can be.
Yeah, but like CNN can be hilarious in the sense that
people watch it.
Like, the shit that they say is so like opinionated, and they're so certain on whatever they say. Plus, the guy that went and shot someone on live, that was on CNN. So shouts out to that guy. He went on CNN and someone was doing a report, and he just pulled up with a 9mm, because he got in an argument with someone at work, and then he quit, and then he came back, and when they were doing an interview, that's a classic. That's like a hood classic. Like, that's a classic. Like, out of all the, you know, gore videos on
whatever happened to Wolf Blitzer, though? Like, I don't see him anymore.
Who?
That old, like, white-haired guy on CNN. Like, he had, like, that show called The Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer. And I actually really, like, I loved Wolf Blitzer. He was actually cool. It's funny, like, since we're talking about, like, news networks, but, my grandpa used to switch back and forth between Fox and CNN. Like, he'd be, like, I'd watch him, like, sitting on the couch watching the TV, and, like, he'll hear something he doesn't like on Fox, so he switches to CNN. And then while he's watching CNN, they'll say something that he doesn't like. So he's, like, constantly going back and forth to try to get, like, the story, like, straight, you know? Because, like, Fox News will obviously cut out things to support Trump, you know? But, like, CNN will obviously do the same thing to support Biden. And it's just, like, that's why no one watches mainstream news anymore. Like, honestly, the best thing you could do is independently research the facts yourself, you know? Like, I look at numbers, I look at charts, you know?
Or just, like, you know, don't become an informed citizen. Like, do not engage in, you know, Big Flame of MDE of Sam Hyde's crew told me he does not indulge in information. Like, he, like, enjoys being, like, retarded, and just doesn't read books. Like, he just doesn't watch news, and he's so happy because of it. Like, he just is with his dog, and he goes on hikes, and he just hangs out with his friends, and he makes music, and he does graphic design. Like, that's, like, you know, he you know, people are like, oh, I can't get out of the loop, man. I gotta be active. I gotta be socially active. I gotta be posting infographics. Let's talk about, you know what I'm saying? That stupid, like, the little infographic activism bullshit. Like, dude, oh my, how could you, like, they made activism an aesthetic. That is sickening. That is sickening that they're making activism an aesthetic. Activism isn't bad, but they're, like, making it an aesthetic by having those accounts, like Impact or whatever. And all those accounts contradict each other. You know, one of those accounts, they did a post about why not to say the word blacks, you know, but they made a post, like, a couple weeks later using the word blacks in it. Like, and it's run by, like, probably, like, fucking someone from, like, some foreign country that they paid on Fiverr. Like, it's so, like, I hate I'm starting to hate Instagram, but at least my Instagram is like not a toxic community. It's just people that fucking make shit and fuck with each other. You know,
I'm
like
honestly just thinking of unsubscribing from like like those rap pages where like now all they do is like post like girls shaking their ass like look at these sexy hot twins and then it's hilarious. I don't look at those. I look at the comments because everyone's just roasting the fuck out of the girls. They're like, man, her forehead's too fucking big, dog.
yeah, bro, they're funny, bro. They're funny. You know, the best part about the reason I still follow those accounts is because of the comments. Like they're just they fucking hate everything. Like, and that's what's so good. But I fear for when like something I do gets on that fucking site. I mean, I could easily pay to get on there, but I would not. I would not do that. Pay to get on one of those. I mean, if the money that I was using to get on those sites was not that much money, But yeah, let's talk about your channel. Like, what can we expect from your channel in the future?
Well, I noticed while I do have a lot of people that watch the full on podcasts, I realized that like I need to take some action to sort of make these longer interviews more interesting. So starting this week, I'm gonna begin with my first podcast ever. I'm gonna start editing it into clips and posting the clips separately. When what was I gonna say? I wanna make the ritual like a more common thing though. So expect a lot of episodes of the ritual, and honestly, if I can't find anyone to fucking shoot an episode with me, I'm literally just gonna shoot one by myself, and I'm just gonna talk. And if people want to look at it, that's fine. But it's like I'm getting more and more to the point where it's like,
let me be your default guy for the ritual, anyways.
Yeah, honestly, it'll be you or Tex, that like I want to be doing this the most.
Tex doesn't be doing
like,
shit. Like he only goes for like he's kind of like. He's not that busy, He's a reliable human being, He's always on the grind, What were you saying?
No, I mean like, yeah, you're right. He's always on the grind, but really, I'm trying to just like I want the ritual to kind of be something where like if someone's ever just like alone and they want to be around a bunch of chill guys talking about random shit. I want my podcast to be like that for them, where they could just feel less lonely and feel like they have some friends in the room with them,
Yeah, I kind of miss fuck, what was I saying? I kind of like want to do more episodes where it's like not just me and one person, because when there's 3 people or 4 people, it's real fun, man, and you are inspiring me right now to start getting more than one guest on.
Yeah, I mean, like it's cool when there's 2 guests, but it's a different energy from 3 guests.
That's Definitely. Facts. That's facts. Like,
because I know you hate Cumtown, but I want to use this as an example. There's episodes with just Stavros and Nick, but those have their own kind of energy. It's like a lot more slower paced and like calmer, but like when it's all 3 of them, like I feel like Nick and Stavros are always like beating on Adam and stuff when Adam comes good on the show.
In terms of podcasts, that's like I think is like the red pill version of Cumtown. That's like that's fire. Is Meth Squad.
Meth Squad?
You don't know? You know about Meth Squad?
No, I don't think so.
Let me find them. There's like Meth TV, Meth Squad.
Yeah.
Methcast. Let's find this. The rather controversial figure that I do not agree with any of his political opinions on, but I watch to look down on is Gypsy Crusader, and he did an interview on Meth Squad. I do not agree with any of his political opinions. I do not support any of his political opinions, but he was on that. Who else was on that? Frank. Who's Frank Hassel? I don't know. But yeah, I'll definitely send you like the Meth Squad. definitely will.
Egg White, Frank Castle, The Ballad of Gypsy Crusader.
Yeah, they got some wild shit that's like frowned upon. Let's just say that. But they still put it out, and they oh they got a John McAfee episode. That's what I would, if anybody wants to watch like good podcasts. John McAfee, he just goes on podcasts and he's like, "So have you ever tried heroin?" Or like like he's fucking like, if anybody wants like if anybody has an hour to burn watching podcasts, watch a fucking John McAfee interview. Oh, and by the way, he made the antivirus software on your computer. Anybody watching this on your computer, that software is made by him. First antivirus software made in the mid 80s. Shouts out to John McAfee. Rest in peace. John McAfee did not Epstein himself. Okay? Anyways.
Man.
Even the fucking wife saying that. She's like, John had no intention to die. Blah,
She's
blah,
gonna
blah.
die next, just for saying that.
Yeah, bro. In the story with
she's gonna. Oh, I'm sorry. She's gonna kill herself next. Sorry.
She the story about her is real interesting. She was a prostitute that was gonna be sold into human trafficking, but then John McAfee saved her from being sold into human trafficking. That's romance. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some like Lord of the Rings type of shit, or it's like,
well, I mean, yeah, you better fucking marry whoever does that for you. Like, holy shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
bro. She's like some fucking, I don't know. She's like some fucking some ebony queen. You know what I'm saying? Like it's solid. Like, that relationship. That's the that's bond. That's a bond right there. That's a bond. That's a an Epstein and Ghislaine style bond. They're what their past doesn't split them apart. Epstein and Ghislaine. That's goals right there. That's the goals right there. Relationship wise, not. I was fucking around. Shout out, bro. Ghislaine, get on my podcast, bro. I got some in-depth questions.
Ghislaine.
She's the real bro. Out of all the all these rappers, they're on their hip hop beats. They're on their tracks, and they're talking about how they're pimping and they're swagging, they're swanging and banging. But the real pimp is Ghislaine. She's the real pimp. But she's I'm what I'm waiting on, which I would
I'm sorry. Like, you're just saying like shit that hits me like a freight trade, okay? Or freight trade. Sorry,
bro. Like, out of all the things, I'm waiting for. I'm waiting on that Ghislaine album. I'm waiting on that Ghislaine Maxwell album. I'm waiting on, bro. I mean, that would be top notch. Like, she's what did Freddie Gibbs said? He was like, God made me sell crack, so I had something to rap about. Ghislaine would be like, God made me pimp, so I have something to rap about. Like she. I
had something to rap about.
Bro, like,
God made me pimp. That is iconic though.
Yeah. Should I upload clips of this shit? Like, I feel like I should probably do that.
Yeah, I mean, this was a really good one.
Like, I used to do that, but like now I feel like what I want to do is start a separate channel for like different clips of like other people's podcasts that I fuck with.
Yeah.
And I feel like
you should go into the first episode of The Ritual and do just that. Because I feel like that's always going to be one of my favorite episodes ever to record.
Yeah, like I could do that for underground, episodes I fuck with, but I could do that for like big shits. And I could
like
what are you saying?
Like, I know like it's hard to hear Ziploc in that video because he's outside. But I feel like that honestly completed it. Just something about him like being on the porch like that, just smoking, taking dabs, just talking about like, astral bodies and like, this like telescope made by the Catholic Church, like it was just a vibe, and like I hope I can get more vibes with because I want the ritual to be special. I really want it to be like my safe place where I can go when I need to relieve stress and but create at the same time.
The thing about him is, as much as I like to shit on religion, he's found peace in that. He's always talking about church. He's always talking about his, out of all the people who like need religion, it's fucking Zip, man. And he's like been going to church now. He's got a girl now. Like some things like that get shit on don't deserve to be shit on. I think religion does deserve to be shit on to an extent, but it does really help people get more balanced.
Yeah,
And I'd like to shout out Ziploc Fresher. He dropped a new project. He's been cooking up some really good beats, and I was like, dude, you should drop an instrumental project. And I distributed this on the Mad Snake Creative. Everybody on YouTube, search up Mad Snake Creative Collective. You can check out Ziploc Fresher's project. Relax, fam. That's facts. That's the project name. You can go check that out. And I'd like to shout out a new Circle of Servants member, Pussy Smack. Shouts out to him. Yeah. All right. Do you have anything else you want to say before we wrap this episode up?
just wanted to say, I know I said it a million times before, but the Grandmaster is back. You're gonna see some things, and just thanks for having me on, Mike. I've been looking forward to doing another one of these.
See you guys in the next Has Discusses.